to turn out a perfect aircraft at the best of times. To do so in wartime, when brushed, exhausted, and under fire, is an art form like no other.
Today is the halfway point at Red Flag. However, we all know that planned missions are easy ones. And this mission today is not planned. From my own personal combat experiences and those of us at the Red Flag staff, I can tell you it's the unplanned missions that are the most dangerous ones. And that's why we've added this mission to the Red Flag course. You're going to have to go further into enemy territory because lives are at stake. If all of you aren't at the top of your game, people are going to lose their lives today.
Man's on Jolly 1. One jumper away. Looks like we got one good shoot. Man's on, copy that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been told that we've lost an aircraft and we have a pilot on the ground. We know his general location, however, he's on the move. And the reason he's on the move is right here. The enemy is doing everything they can to capture him.
They give you no warning whatsoever for this exercise. You have nothing except what you would normally carry in the aircraft's ejection seat. Water, flares, radio, and makeup.
In this exercise, the commander can communicate via satellite with a downed pilot. But the pilot on the ground must remain silent in order not to give away his position. Speaking in coded language, he warns the pilot of the approaching danger from both the ground and the air.
Tell your man to get down now.
951, seek concealed.
951, enemy helo south of your position. Hole up now.
First thing is to hope and pray that the enemy doesn't know about you in the first place. Timing is everything, because when you use the radio or flares, both sides are coming.
Snake 2-4 egressing north, abort the capture.
West 115, 06, 19, 67 vehicles running.
With enemy choppers moving in to pick up the downed pilot, the air boss calls in slow-flying A-10s to eliminate the helicopters.
Port flight, threat 270, 7 enemy helos, low altitude. Engage. And snake flight, abort, abort, abort. Landing zone is clear.
When they came to pick me up, I wasn't completely sure if they were the good guys or not.
To the search and rescue team, the man on the ground might not be a friendly at all. He could be wearing a stolen uniform and have a bomb strapped to his body. He will be treated like the enemy until he proves otherwise.
I really thought the search and rescue was going to be silly. But when I saw the PJs were training in earnest, that they were fully prepared to do it for real, to risk their lives for someone they didn't even know, I was truly humbled.
Charlie is excellent work. Return to base. Advise if medics required.
Everyone copies. Report to base.
Throughout Red Flag, I began to appreciate the idea that I was part of a team, that everyone's role was just as important as mine. My grandfather didn't talk much about himself, but he did talk about the friends he made. Ground crews, mechanics, other pilots. One of his best friends was a Corsair pilot killed in a training accident, and I know it bothered him for the rest of his life.
Throughout the history of air combat, countless aircrews have successfully brought their battle-damaged aircraft home, only to die on the runway a few feet and a few moments from rescue.
Many of us have lost friends in accidents. It's a lot safer than it used to be, but it's still a dangerous business. There are crews at Red Flag that you want coming in after you if you're stuck in a burning plane. People not much concerned for their own safety who will get you out of there no matter what. Go ahead.
Approaching the final missions of a Red Flag, the dummy weapons are traded for the real thing. In a single overnight shift, hundreds of live bombs are prepared for the next day's operation. Again, there is pressure to perform as would be expected in a combat environment. They work quickly, but with great care. A slight error in a critical setting could destroy an aircraft and its crew. There are risks for the bomb builders as well. They work deep in the bottom of a canyon miles from the base in the event that something does go wrong.
What I'm about to show you is the enemy's last attempt to fortify their frontline forces. We've learned that they're bringing everything forward that they can. Surface-to-surface rockets, tanks, and anti-aircraft guns. Everything we've done to this point has been for training. Today, we're going to do it for real. And we're going to give them everything that we've got.
In a real war, the vast majority of flights are undertaken not by fighters and bombers, but by transport and tanker aircraft. At Red Flag, a giant C-17 using GPS navigation practices precision dropping of humanitarian supplies.